fleurs, le pays d'où magie brise. S'il s'est rêvante de moi, les anglos se troublent et s'évanouissent. Et plus rien ne m'empêche de voler. Blanche vacille, doucement lui par éclat, me guide au confond des ténèbres, que le peu ne me noie pas, enveloppé au cœur de mon cyclone, je pousse le monde plus tard. Enveloppé au cœur de mon cyclone, je pousse le monde, j'en ai marre. Ensuite est suspendu en mes lèvres le compteur rebond sans objet. Je dose le sondeur qui s'allonge, perçuse au bout de mes doigts. Enveloppé au cœur de mon cyclone, je pousse le monde plus tard. Enveloppé au cœur de mon cyclone, je pousse le monde, j'en ai marre. Ma vie consumée 3 minutes, à la limite de fuite en regret. Ma vie concentrée dans l'or qui brille, j'aspire l'ultime goulet. Enveloppé au cœur de mon cyclone, je repousse le monde plus tard. Enveloppé au cœur de mon cyclone, je repousse le monde, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre. Where are they, Kev? That was Cyclone, the original composition. Actually, the music was I composed after a poem by a good friend of mine wrote called Cyclone. Cyclone is how we say tornado or hurricane in French, or cyclone more accurately, as a matter of fact. Same idea. Anyhow, I am rehearsing some of these songs, trying to get a playlist together, because on the 21st we have La Fête de la Musique en France, and the Fête of the Music in France, and I'm going to be playing. A friend of mine is organizing a little stage at Place Jean-Michel Basquiat, near the Bibliothèque Nationale Française. So I got to get this stuff together, putting this playlist together. So here's a little, what else we got going on? Well, little art update. Boom! Check it out. I put this bush, this 70s bush in here on the bottom in India ink, or encre de Chine, as I like to say. And I was using, to get the filaments of the branches and so forth, I was using, that straw method. I'm sure we've all done this when we were kids. And so what you do is you put some of the pigment down, and then you take the straw and you blow through it, and that makes the water-based pigment spread, the paint or whatever, in this case ink. And no, don't worry, I was using a metal straw, reusable metal straw, and not like an evil plastic straw or a surgical mask that's clogging up the ocean in our environment, creating conundrums for seagulls and jellyfish. Anyhow, I wanted to mention here also, for this straw method here, like, so let's see, presidential related artists. So there's George W. Bush, and whatever you think about his policies and politics, I think his paintings are pretty awesome. Hunter Biden, on the other hand, have you seen his shit, his literal shit? It's like money laundering shit. And what he does is he does the same method with the straws, and it's just, oh man, that guy. And also here, don't tell anyone, but I effed up and splotched. Like, this was the very first thing. Like, within milliseconds of putting the ink down on the paper, I had gotten a splotch out of place here. And then later on, I wasn't paying attention, and I was using a chopstick to daub the ink onto the paper, and some drops ended up over here and over here, and I managed to cover them up a little bit with colored pencil, but I'm just going to pretend that I meant to do that. And it reminds me, I went to see Francis Bacon exhibit a few years ago down here at the Beaubourg Museum, Centre Georges Pompidou, as I like to say. And they had Francis Bacon, and I've known about Bacon for 30 years or so. And I always suspected that his work, like his workspace, was going to be really sloppy and sort of haphazard and sort of thrown together. But in fact, they're really, really tight. They're really precise, his work. It's contrast. His work is contrast with his life. But he did have some nice big pieces, and you can tell that he just effed up this little part, and then had to remedy that. And so it's fine. I'm taking artistic license with this whole thing anyhow. All I've got to do now, this is called 41 Rue de l'Hermitage. It's a building just down the street from here. And all I got to do now is drop in the sky, and I'm going to tighten up these windows a little bit too, because I did these with spray paint. This is a mixed media piece. I did these with spray paint and stencil, but as you can see, the stencil lifted from the paper a little bit. I had put some spray adhesive on the back of tracing paper, as a matter of fact, and I cut out the windows and so forth. You can see it on here, the black and the white, the sills and so forth. And so the oh great, I've got a peppercorn stuck in my throat. It's separated from the paper just a little bit, and let some of the paint underneath, and so it's blurry. So I'm going to go in there with colored pencil and tighten it up a little bit. And also, I'm gonna, these support beams, support bars, I think. I'll have to go take a look at the same thing, and I've got to darken those up, put the sky in, and I think we'll call it a day or a number of days, and then move on to the next one. So that's what's going on now. Kev, are you still there? Can you give me a number between 25 and 157, if so? Damn, man. Never eat before a podcast. Don't eat nuts, don't eat pepper. I know it's pepper, it's not koof. I'm not trying to cover up anything because I can taste it. Okay, so what are you saying, Kevin? Is that your age or your IQ? Okay, I'm going to use, Kevin is picking his nose and rolling a joint so he can't tap on his phone, so I'm going to use the magic coin method, all right? So, 50, yes. 150, uh-oh. 200. Okay, we'll cut that in half, go down to 100. But I have a feeling I've already read page 100. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, you know what? Fuck this today. I want to get through this second song. Because I'm getting kind of nervous, even though I've got a couple weeks to prepare. So this is called Ain't Got No Time. This is the last song, my latest song. I've been working on it for a decade, but it's the latest one that I finished.
All I do is run. I ain't got no time for loving.
nothing. All I do is run. All I do is run. All I do is run. In the morning, you're making pancakes with butter and jam. Then at lunchtime, you prepare a sandwich, green eggs and ham. Then for dinner, you're smoking pot roast, cranberries from a can. So when it's time for the dessert, I'm a happy man. I ain't got no time for family, got no time for love. I ain't got no time for supper, all I do is run. I ain't got no time for Sunday, I ain't got no time for God. I ain't got no time for no one, all I do is run. All I do is run. All I do is, all I do is, all I do is run. In the winter, you put your socks under the In the springtime, the days get longer, even when you're sleeping. In the summer, you're on the shoreline, salty sun-kissed skin. In the autumn, like leaves you're falling, in my arms for the wind. I ain't got no time for romance, I ain't got no time for love, I ain't got no time for nothing, all I do is run. I ain't got no time for loving, I ain't got no time for fun, I ain't got no time for nothing, all I do is run. All I do is run. All I do is, all I do is, all I do is run. Ain't got no time. Now you see why I have to rehearse, huh? Kind of hard to get that register. I ain't got no time for loving. I ain't got no time for fear. I ain't got no time for nothing. All I do is run. Okay, 30 seconds. What can we do in 30 seconds here? Well, I guess not much, huh? We'll call it a day for today. Thanks, Kev, and everyone else for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful day, evening, and or afternoon. And hope to see you again real soon. Ciao for now.